I'm tapping in, I'm tapping in, I'm tapping in, I'm tapping in. Thank y'all for tapping in to Yocuzpodcast, man. Y'all know who it is, man. It's Cuz, man, back with another banger. But listen, first thing I want to say, Merry Christmas to everybody. Merry Christmas to everybody. Merry Christmas to everybody, man. I know them kids were so happy, man, to wake up this morning and open them presents, man. That's what's up. See, all that come from putting that work in, making sure them kids straight, man. Because guess what? Some of y'all didn't believe that the government was gonna open back up, but it's just something just to wake y'all up, man. Get up, man. Get yourself together, man. Start your own business. Something you can fall back on, man. Don't go through that no more, man, because the kids is the first priority, man. Make sure y'all pay attention, man, what's going on in this world, because this world is crazy. Shout out to my team, man. Merry Christmas to y'all, man. But listen, this was going on right now on the Yo Cuz podcast. They don't like Trump. They don't like Trump. But listen, I ain't gonna waste no time. I'm gonna turn y'all up and thank y'all for tapping in the Yo Cuz podcast on Christmas. We lit. Let's go.
The art of the deal, because Donald Trump has been busy making deals. Not his promised trade deals. Those are heavy on promises, but very light on actual deals. Not any deals in Congress to lower costs for the American people that could make it easier to afford a home or to buy groceries. In fact, with fewer cargo ships arriving at our ports and our closest allies and neighbors boycotting American goods, the president has done nothing but make your life more difficult. Medicaid is under attack. Social Security offices are closing by the dozens. Food assistance, rental assistance, energy assistance, all on the chopping block. There is no end to the destruction. The first 114 days of this administration have been one bad deal after another for American families. But if your last name is Trump, these 114 days have been just about the greatest deal of all time. New airplanes from your friends in the Gulf, new hotel deals, new golf courses, new meme coins, new towers, new income is flowing in to the Trump family. You name it. Donald Trump and his family are cashing in. So today, I want to highlight just a few of those deals for the Trump family, how he's lining his own pockets and fleecing the rest of us in the process, how his family is getting even richer.
Y'all better pay attention to this. He bought to drop the bombshell. Pay attention. This is what Trump is doing with our money. He flipping our money, getting his family richer and richer and richer. Pay attention.
While the rest of us are treated like suckers. Today, I want to talk about the 10 best deals for Donald Trump and the worst deals for the American people. How the graft is on full display and how you, the American people, are being left holding the bag. You don't have to look far from the White House to find some of the most flagrant examples. So entering in at number 10 of the top 10 deals for Donald Trump and the worst deals for the American people, we only need to look at the South Lawn. We all saw this happen on the White House grounds. Donald Trump and Elon Musk turning the place into a Tesla showroom. But what you might have missed is what happened before and after this photo was taken. Just before Trump turned the White House grounds into a used car lot, Tesla stock had been in an historic and disastrous slump. With their market value cut in half since December, Musk needed a jolt to his ailing company, and he got it. When the president was asked whether his symbolic purchase of a Tesla at the White House might help the company's stock, Trump said, "I hope it does." But that wasn't all. because the best part of the deal for Donald Trump took place after the Teslas had been driven away and the cameras had been packed up. Because not long after the special live stream on X or Twitter had ended, something even more important happened. With Tesla shares on the rebound, Elon Musk promised to pump $100 million into Donald Trump's political operation. That's right, Donald Trump received one of the largest political contributions in American history, all for the price of one measly Tesla Model S and the use of the White House as a sales room. A damn good deal for Donald Trump.
But not
us. Me.
Not
for
us.
You, the American taxpayer, nothing at all. Zero, zilch, nada. All you got was being taken for a ride. For number 9 of the...
It's crazy, too, because people be knowing all this shit about Donald Trump and don't do nothing about it. You feel me? Like, Donald Trump got a lot going on and people not doing nothing about it because they can't do nothing about it. You feel me? Eli tried to get in with Donald Trump, thought it was sweet. Donald Trump burned his ass. That's what it is. He gonna burn everybody. He almost 80 years old, so he really know he ain't got long enough to live. And he gonna burn their ass, man. Pay attention what this man saying, bro. Let's go.
Best deals for Donald Trump, we have to zoom down to Mar-a-Lago, where you can generally find the president golfing on your dime and lining his pockets in the process. We saw this during the first Trump administration, but at that time, he was still finishing the front 9. During his first term, Donald Trump made an astounding 473 trips to his own golf courses while in office. But this term, he seems determined to go for the club record. In just his first 100 days, Donald Trump spent over a quarter of those days while in office, golfing. Wouldn't you like a job like that, where you get to play golf every 4 days? Pretty sweet. Through market collapses, Donald Trump is out on the golf course. Through national crises, Donald Trump was out on the golf course, enjoying the golden age in his golden golf cart, playing the back 9, while you struggled to pay your rent or your mortgage. Which is bad in and of itself, that the President of the United States is spending so much time, when there's so many challenges facing American families, out on the golf course. But that's not even the worst of it. Because guess who is paying for all that golf? You are.
Yeah.
You are, the American people, the taxpayer. That's right, all those drives and those chip shots, all those slices and those hooks, all the missed putts, you're paying for every hole. This term, reports suggest he's spent well over $30 million in taxpayer funds on these golfing trips. That's your tax dollars at work, ladies and gentlemen. And it's not just the use of these taxpayer funds that's a travesty. It's that these taxpayer dollars go to benefit him directly. His golf courses, his hotels charge the U.S. government to pay for the Secret Service agents and other White House staff to play golf with him or to accompany him on his rounds, to rent golf carts, to have meals. In other words, your tax dollars are going to the Trump hotel and golf course organizations directly. And if you're interested and wealthy enough, Mar-a-Lago memberships will cost you a cool $1 million or more.
Damn.
Where you can hobnob with the president and his family and see if you too can get any special deals from the federal government. But don't spend all your money at the Trump golf courses, because there is a movie that you're going to want to save some money to rent, because, well, someone has got to watch it. Coming in at number 8 of the top 10 deals for the Trump family is
that's his,
Melania's
his niece.
new documentary.
No, that's his wife.
On January 6th of this year, Amazon announced a new documentary coming soon.
What?
Unprecedented, quote, unprecedented behind the scenes.
What? So y'all mean to tell me that Trump done pulled a mega move? His wife done wrote a document. What we know, Amazon paid $40 million for her book, bruh, for her document, bruh. Amazon gave Donald Trump's wife $40 million, bruh, for a document of her life, bruh. Get the fuck out of here. See, this is shit that y'all don't know about, bruh. Roll them J's up, pour them drinks, man. We lit on Christmas. Let's go.
Look at First Lady Melania Trump, unquote. And get this, Amazon will be paying out $40 million to the Trump family to license the documentary. Okay, so let me just say that again. Amazon is giving $40 million in cash to his family, the Trump family, to license this documentary. Direct cash into the pockets of the Trump family. But apparently, they're still looking for more. Melania's agent has been trying to sell sponsorships for the film, starting at $10 million to prominent CEOs and billionaires who were at the inauguration. In return for your sponsorship of this Melania documentary, buyers would get thanked at the end of the credits and be invited to the premiere. Reportedly, Trump interests are also pitching Hollywood for a show about Don Jr.'s time outdoors, a hunting show. Seriously, and who wouldn't want to see it? Might be a little bit like watching Dick Cheney go hunting again. But if you're looking for a way to get in good with the Trump family that doesn't involve golf or TV shows or buying a Tesla at the White House, they're offering another great solution. At number 7 of the top 10 deals for the Trump family during this presidency, we have the Trump family's new private club.
Oh, my God.
As part of their crusade to refill the swamp, the Trump family is opening a private club right here in Washington, D.C. It will be called the Executive Branch. I wish I was kidding. Much like the Trump Hotel in the first administration, it will serve as a gathering place for Trump world and a way to directly pay homage to the president in the form of champagne and caviar and checks to his business endeavors and those of his kids. For a cool...
Hold up, bruh. So he building a foundation, a bigger foundation for him and his family. So he got restaurants, he got books, he got documents, he got cars, he got the White House, and he building it for his family, and y'all don't even know about it, because I ain't even know about it, bruh. This is shit that's going on in our face right now, and we not paying attention to it, man. Come on, man. Let's go. We lit.
$500,000 membership fee. You, too, can schmooze with people wheeling and dealing within the administration. There is perhaps no more appropriate image of the Trump presidency than this. The Executive Branch Club is an invite-only club for insiders, foreign investors, and billionaires to directly line the pockets of the first family, sending a message as clear as day to anyone who wants to do business in the United States. If you want to be with Trump, you got to pay the cover charge. And now entering in at number 6 of the top 10 deals for Donald Trump of his presidency, a brand new Trump hotel in Dubai. Right now, literally, at this moment, Donald Trump is in the United Arab Emirates. You can imagine the scene, standing in some gold-plated hotel room looking out over Abu Dhabi, and just beyond the line of sight in the distance is the skyline of Dubai. A skyline that, as of a few weeks ago, is likely getting a new feature cutting through the night sky. The Trump International Hotel and Tower Dubai, an 80-floor behemoth. And within it, luxury residences and exorbitantly expensive hotel rooms, apartments that start at a cool $2 million and penthouses that'll cost tens of millions of dollars. Even better, if you can't make the Trump new club here in D.C., there's going to be an exclusive members-only club right there in Dubai. In their words, quote, set to redefine the meaning of exclusive luxury. All benefiting, that's right, Donald Trump and his family.
Damn, oh.
Now, their ventures in the Middle East don't start or end in Dubai, because entering in at number 5 of the best deals for Trump and the Trump family of his presidency, they're cashing in, this time in Qatar. Coming soon to Doha, the Trump administration golf course. This is going to be an 18-hole course, a clubhouse, and high-end villas with beach access. A $5.5 billion deal, billion with a B, set to net the Trump family hundreds of millions of dollars.
Damn.
A deal that's reportedly in partnership with Qatari DR, a company owned by, in this case, the Qatari government itself. Now, I'm sure Qatar's multi-billion-dollar investment in the personal finances of the Trump family is entirely coincidental. I'm sure it is not intended to influence U.S. policy towards the country, which also hosts Al Jazeera, in any way. I know it's easy in all the Trump corruption and schemes to miss the forest for the trees, but let's not fail to appreciate just how unprecedented this is, just how corrupt and dangerous this is. The president's namesake company is directly in business with a foreign government. And the money is going into his pocket, not the Treasury, not your pocket as the taxpayer. It's going into Donald Trump and his family's pocket. His. But that's not the only Gulf nation in business with the president and his family, not by a long stretch. There is also Saudi Arabia, because entering in at number 4 is the newly announced Trump Tower in Jeddah, and their two brand new projects in Riyadh.
So he moved all his projects out of
These
country.
will net the Trump family millions as well. And this isn't the first time the Trump family has cashed in with the Saudis. Months after Trump left office the first time, Jared Kushner's investment firm received a $2 billion investment from none other than the Saudi Crown Prince. A deal that was so shady, even the panel that screens investments for the Saudi Wealth Fund recommended against it.
Damn.
Imagine that. But they were overruled by higher-ups in the Saudi royal family, and the money went straight into the Trump family's enterprise. $2 billion. But it's not just Donald Trump and his family that are cashing in at your expense. The world's richest man is using his role, too, as a special government employee to cash in as well. Because even when you're the world's richest man, as Elon Musk is, enough is never enough. Entering at number 3 are Elon Musk's shady Starlink deals.
Cables.
Elon Musk, when he's not tweeting or firing essential government workers, is turning his company Starlink into a global superpower. How? By using the sway of his position and his proximity to Trump to negotiate a whole raft of deals with foreign nations to purchase his Starlink satellite systems. Just look at what happened with the nation of Lesotho, located in South Africa. Donald Trump slapped crippling tariffs on the country. In the hopes of a trade deal, they came to the table, and that meant coming to Elon Musk's table. To understand this best, I want to read verbatim from a leaked internal State Department memo. Quote, as the government of Lesotho negotiates a trade deal with the United States, it hopes that licensing Starlink demonstrates goodwill and the intent to welcome U.S. business. As the government of Lesotho negotiates a trade deal with the U.S., it hopes that licensing Starlink demonstrates goodwill and intent to welcome U.S. businesses. This is from the State Department's own cable in black and white. It's just pay to play to get out from under the tariffs that Trump imposed on Lesotho. That country is going to buy Elon Musk's satellite system. Wow.
Mm.
Pay off Trump's machine, and maybe you'll get a trade
Damn.
deal. And of course, it isn't just the poor country of Lesotho. In February, Elon Musk met with Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi in Blair House, a government building just steps from the White House. Their meeting was private, but the results were very public. Shortly after the meeting, India announced 2 Starlink distribution deals. Millions into Musk's pockets negotiated steps away from the White House. Since then, since the imposition of these tariffs, since the need of other countries to come in and to negotiate tariffs away with the Trump administration, Elon Musk has reached deals with Somalia, the Democratic Republic of the Congo, Bangladesh, Pakistan, and Vietnam. And that's just what we know about so far. But I promise you, this will not be the end of it. It's among the most obvious, egregious, and dangerous acts of corruption in American history. Want out from under a tariff? Make a deal with Elon Musk and Starlink. And they're barely trying to hide it. Which brings us to number 2 of the top 10 deals for Donald Trump as president, and the top 10 ways that the American people are ending up holding the bag. Because Qatar isn't just investing in a new Trump Tower at home. The Qatari government is also gifting the president a new Air Force One.
That's crazy, Mom.
An aircraft so opulent that they're calling it a sky palace, a palace in the sky. A $400 million gift for Donald Trump that taxpayers will have to pay to debug. You can imagine all the national security implications of getting a airplane with all of its electronics and all of the...
They gave the man a $400 million jet, bro. They gave the man a $400 million jet, bro. Luxury jet, bro. Listen to what's in this jet, bro.
Venues you could hide eavesdropping equipment. You could imagine what will be necessary to debug an aircraft like that. It will need to be retrofit and upgraded to meet the standards of an Air Force One. It will cost taxpayers a fortune. And their plan, the Qataris' plan, is to gift the plane to the Trump Presidential Library before Donald Trump's term ends. That way, the president can keep using it as he pleases. That way, Donald Trump, in addition to his own private plane, in addition to Air Force One, which he is very upset with because it's a few decades old and, you know, it just doesn't have the amenities that Donald Trump has come to expect, he gets to keep this palace in the sky. While American airports are in crisis, air traffic controller shortages, radar blackouts, massive delays, and surging prices for you, the passenger, this is what the President of the United States is focused on. Not bringing down airfare for you, not dealing with those luggage fees and all the hidden costs when you buy airplane tickets. No, that's not what the President of the United States cares about. This is what he cares about. He cares about getting a $400 million gift from the Qataris, which he calls a nice gesture. Giving a whole new meaning to the term nice gesture. I kind of associate nice gesture with maybe someone picking up the tab at Chipotle. Or maybe giving me a ride instead of having to take an Uber somewhere. But for Donald Trump, a nice gesture is a $400 million palace in the sky that he gets to keep or make use of when he's no longer president. Never mind that the gift violates the Constitution's prohibition on a president receiving gifts or emoluments. Never mind that it violates the Constitution. That seems to be of little concern to the president. But the fact is, the Qataris are not stupid. They're going to want something for that $400 million plane.
Yes, there is.
There's no such thing as a free lunch. There's no such thing as a free $400 million plane.
You already know.
And that's something that the Qataris are going to want, is favorable U.S. policies towards Qatar in the Middle East.
Yeah.
If they didn't want something for that plane, maybe they would have given it to you or somebody else not named Trump. This is, in fact, why we have a clause in the Constitution that prohibits gifts like this, because we want to know that the President of the United States is acting on our behalf, on our country's behalf, on our national security behalf, our interests, not some foreign interest that gave them a $400 million gift. And if you really believe that Trump won't return the favor when the time comes, when the countries want something that may or may not be in our national interest, if you really believe that Trump won't return the favor when that time comes, and I've got a 747 Palace in the sky that I'd like to sell you. But that's not even the most corrupt deal of the 114-day-old Trump presidency, because coming in at number one of the top 10 best deals for Donald Trump and the worst deals for you, the taxpayer, is Donald Trump's crypto scheme. You've heard about the meme coin by now. This is, I think, the logo of the meme coin. The president's most brazen cashing in, a corrupt effort that's already made him and his family billions of dollars between its soaring values and the trading fees. Now, this meme coin's gone up and down in value, but the thing is, every time it gets traded, every time it's bought or sold, this guy gets a cut. He gets the fees, estimated already at the value of hundreds of millions of dollars. It's like posting his Venmo account online, inviting personal monetary tributes from foreign powers, foreign investors, or anyone else who's willing to pay up. You've heard about the private dinner that they're offering associated with this meme coin. The top 220 meme coin owners, many of whom are foreign investors, invited to a private dinner with the President of the United States. Businesses are buying and jockeying to be one of the favored few who also get a private audience with him if they're willing to buy millions of meme coins, not to mention a personal tour of the White House. But beyond the meme coins and the dinner parties, there's something else also brewing behind the scenes. As I speak, Eric Trump and Don Jr. are getting into the action, jetting around the world, building their own financial empire in the crypto business space. In Dubai, the Trump family's World Liberty financial firm announced a joint venture capital firm backed by the government of Abu Dhabi that would invest $2 billion using Trump digital currency. Now, I know it's hard to keep all these billions apart. You got the $2 billion investment in Jared Kushner by the Saudis. You got $5.5 billion investment by other Gulf nations in Trump properties. You got $2 billion here, $5.5 billion there, another $2 billion here, and pretty soon you're talking about serious money for the Trump family. This deal alone will generate hundreds of millions of dollars in revenue and fees for the Trump family. So that's the art of the deal with this president. Trump gets rich, you get screwed, over and over and over again. It's obvious to anyone who looks, but it bears repeating. He does not care about you. He does not care about making your life better. He does not care that prices are soaring or that home ownership seems impossible. He doesn't care if you have to choose between rent or groceries, let alone whether you'll be able to take that family on a vacation that you've dreamed of. He doesn't care if the health care you rely on gets cut or your local Social Security office closes down. He doesn't care. If it helps pay for his billionaire tax cuts, it's all the same to him. He does not care. Trump cares about one thing and one thing only. The same thing he cared about when he wrote this book. And the same thing he's focused on every day of this presidency. Deals to make himself richer, to make his family richer, to make his billionaire friends richer. And my colleagues, he is succeeding. He is succeeding beyond his wildest imagination. He will likely make more money in the next 4 years than he did in his entire life up to that point. In fact, he probably already has. With new gold-plated skyscrapers around the world and a suite of new golf courses to match, a fancy new plane, a speedy new Tesla with the richest man in the world in the passenger seat, a crypto empire and projects around the world that will keep the gravy train going for generations. And no matter what wreckage he leaves behind here, he knows that he can head off to one of those gold-plated skyscrapers, look down on the rest of us, and chuckle at his good fortune. The art of the deal, indeed. For Donald Trump, not for you. I yield back.
I'm back. So what y'all think? He just laid it all to y'all. He just broke it down to y'all. What you think? Y'all already know. I ain't even know that all the money they getting from us and from our taxes, bro, they flipping that shit. They putting that shit towards their family, but they taking everything out the country. That's a smart move, but that's a fucked up move, though. But what can we do? We can't do nothing but roll with the flow, but that's the problem. We got to start rolling with the flow. Man, guess what, man? I'll catch y'all on the next video. Make sure y'all subscribe, like, and drop a comment after this episode. We lit. See you one more time. Go.